Funny story, guys. So the kids today asked me if they can go get their stolen dinghy back. Let me fill you guys in. Back in July, Jackson, Wesley, and Christian, they were out there just hanging out as much as they could out in the ocean. And they found this sunken dinghy that's here in the condo association where we rent our lot, for our business. And I told them, hey, let's just leave it there for a month and see if anybody, tries to unsink it or anything like that. Nobody ended up touching it, and I went ahead and gave them permission to take the boat and suck all the water out and use it. And you guys saw some videos probably back in August when I was posting videos. They went all over Boot Key Harbor with that thing, just paddling around, collecting things that they thought were cool, fishing, all sorts of boy stuff, right? Well, about a month ago, somebody stole that boat out of our harbor here, and it didn't take long for my kids to figure out who it was. And I approached the guy, and he told me that he would clean the boat up and give it back to us. He just needed about a week, right? Well, about a month and a half went by, and I was kind of, thinking that the guy would have at least brought the boat back, but he never did. I ended up seeing him a couple nights ago here in the condo association riding his bike around, right? And he was like, I just went by it on my bike right there. He was walking into the complex, and me and my wife were just riding our bike around there, and he was kind of looking like he was probably under the influence of methamphetamines. Didn't want to look at me or anything. I was like, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, it's going good. And then would look away and completely ignore me. So I went to my lab, turned around, came back. And then at that point, he was sitting down there. And I approached him. I said, hey, man, what's up? You all right? He's like, oh, man, I was just looking at this Jeep. This is a really cool Jeep here, man. And, I don't know why I'd be talking about the Jeep when last time I talked to him, I was trying to get our dinghy back. And after he told me what he thought about that Jeep, I said, hey, man, how's the boat coming? And he basically said, real quick, oh, man, it's a mission, as he's standing up, and he just walked off. That was the last time I saw him right there, and he had originally apologized for stealing it and using it to get on and off of this sailboat that he supposedly is making payments on. Well, I found out that he hadn't been making his payments. Whether this is true or not, I don't know. It's been 10 weeks. And I decided that maybe it's time to get our dinghy back so I can fix it up for the boys and give them something to travel around in. As you can see, they ended up finding this thing, coming back home, and asked if they can go and get it. So I watched them with the drone, made sure that they made it there safely, and then hopped on my bike and went over there just to make sure no one came out. And had them take everything out of the boat. Ended up being a couple of illegal snappers on the boat, which was one of the first things that the kids noticed. But most of all, I felt bad for my kids. I was trying to teach them a lesson and told them, hey, man, the guy apologized. He said he'd bring it back. He really needed it. And we're trying to be the nice people, right? Well, here we are 10 weeks later, and still no boat. So the kids asked, and I let them go ahead and get it, and I think it's a good lesson for them. So they went ahead and towed it all the way back home. I know it took a long time. And then they brought the boat back, got it out of the water. That wasn't easy. And we brought it back to the lab, and they started pressure washing it and getting it all clean. So guys, be on the lookout for this boat, guys. We're going to clean it up. I'm going to show the boys how to maybe do a little bit of sanding, get this boat ready to go, and then we'll put a motor on it and let them get out there and have a good time. So hopefully you guys watched the video or liked the video. And most of all, guys, drop a comment down below. These guys are wondering what you guys all think.